Hello, fellow tribal members. Happy New Year. It's great to be with you this evening. I hope that you are well and that you had an amazing Christmas spent with family and loved ones, enjoying the snow and staying warm and safe. I can hardly believe that we are nearing the end of 2021, but I am definitely ready for what next year has in store for us. My prayer for you and your loved ones in 2022 is to have a blessed and prosperous year in good health and in good spirits. This is my 5th video post-election, and it's been my honor to serve you as a tribal council member. I have really been enjoying it, and I hope that these communication briefings have been helpful to you. With that said, if there are things that you would like to see me address in these monthly videos next year, please just drop me a line or schedule a session with me on a Friday afternoon and we can chat about that. I still am going to have those open time slots for tribal members next year, so please make sure to do that, and I will include a link for that. And also, many thanks to our current tribal council leadership and staff. I have very much appreciated the opportunity to collaborate with such an amazing group of people. And as we look next year to improve upon existing services and respond to changing times by creating new programs and services, such as our emergency management fire, EMT, and paramedic staffing 24/7 with those operations, it truly is a game changer for our tribe and community, and we're looking forward to hearing more from the members on what those programs can look like in the coming year. For this video, I'm excited to share a few updates with you and reminders for upcoming deadlines that I don't want you to miss. I know while we can be inundated with stuff, we need more than one method for communicating, and I'm trying to ensure that I'm reaching as many tribal members as I possibly can. Some of this may be duplication, but just please feel free to share and enjoy. So this year, I've enjoyed a few more boards and committees that I am choosing to invest my time in for 2022. Just wanted to share some of those endeavors with you quickly. One, I've mentioned previously, the Tribal Advisory Committee for the Early Learning Division that I serve on as the liaison for CTGR, along with Allie Holsclaw. I spoke about that last month and those priorities for that work, so I won't go into detail about that now, but I will include a link to that TAC webpage for more information if you're interested. I'm also serving now as one of 2 liaisons to the Elders Committee, which I'm so excited about, along with Councilman Jack Giffen. You may recall when I was seeking election, the elder care, aging in place, and quality of life were very important to me, and that was one of my biggest priorities for elder care. So it's very exciting to be at the table now in this capacity. And I would also like to take a moment to thank Penny DeLoe, outgoing chair, and Marion Mercier, secretary, who have both retired from the Elders Committee after many years of volunteering. We appreciate your service. Tribal members investing in volunteer work is very critical to the success of our programs and services in our community. So hayamasi to both Penny and Marion. Replacements will be announced at the January 2nd General Council meeting in just a couple of days. If you did not get a chance to vote, you can also still do that from 11 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. at the Governance Center on Sunday. I will include a registration link for that Zoom meeting as well. You can register right up until the meeting starts. I also now serve as the Tribal Council liaison to the Education Committee. I have served in that capacity as the Education Committee secretary for a number of years, so that work is very important to me, and I'm just still excited to be at the table in just another role now. Education will also be the ones providing the department report at the General Council meeting on Sunday. And then lastly, for new boards, I am now also serving as the newest board member on the Shamawa Station LLC Board of Directors in concert with the joint ownership that we have with the Siletz Tribe. I will provide a link to the updates for those endeavors and touch on it in next month's video because there are a lot of exciting things on the horizon with that property. Moving on to existing boards that I will maintain in 2022. The Willamette Valley Hospice Board, I have served on that board now for 3 years after being recommended by Steve Bob when he retired from the board a few years ago. Hayumasi Steve, we definitely shared a lot of conversations about our passion and concern about elder care, and I'm thankful that he passed that baton on to me. And then the Spirit Mountain Gaming Board of Directors, and also chairing the sponsorship committee of that board. I had applied previously as a community member prior to being on tribal council and served a couple of years in that capacity, and now I'm representing as a tribal council member, leaving 2 board seats open. It's very important and rewarding work, and I hope that tribal members consider applying. I will include a link to the application and the new job description in this video. Interested individuals should submit a letter of interest to Stacia Martin, Chief of Staff, including qualifications, a resume, and references. The deadline for that is January 14th at 5 p.m. And then lastly, for existing boards, the Selective Service System Board, an independent agency with the executive branch of the U.S. federal government, which has 3 regions in the U.S., and I currently serve on Region 3. I was recommended by tribal member Rita LaChance when she retired her seat almost 9 years ago. So Hayumasi Rita for your service and for your recommendation. I have really enjoyed it. Thank you. Moving on to updates from last month's video. On the private gaming initiative in Grants Pass, last month I reported that Dutch Brothers co-founder Travis Boersma filed a licensing application with the Horse Racing Commission, and that was put on hold at that time, which is still on hold, and that's good news. In November, the Willamette Weekly printed an article stating that Kate Brown reminded the Horse Racing Commission about their statutory obligation to meaningful consultation with tribes on issues that impact them. So still good news for now, just keeping you posted on that. Those applications have not been approved by the commission yet. And I'm including a link to the newest article posted by the Oregonian just a couple of days ago on the 29th. Next, the consent decree work and update I have spoken about on 2 previous videos. Very exciting. The OPB published an article on the 29th announcing the federal bills introduced by Senator Merkley that would give the Grand Ronde Tribe and the Siletz Tribe the chance to renegotiate consent decree agreements with the state and federal government, which is monumental and very promising. If passed, those Senate bills, 3126 and 3123, would allow Grand Ronde and Siletz to restore traditional hunting and fishing rights that were restricted in the consent decree language originally. So very exciting. And again, Hayumasi to all of our elders, our past council members, our staff, and of course our current chairwoman who have worked tirelessly on correcting this injustice for over 30 years. So I can't wait to keep you posted on that. And to have the most impact at this juncture with that consent decree work, I did mention last month that writing a letter to the governor about what it means to you to connect to the land, your own personal stories growing up with hunting and fishing, what that has meant to you or your family through the years would be incredibly impactful at this point. I would still encourage you to do so. If you need help with that or any encouragement, please reach out to me. I shared my story last month on my video, on my personal story, and I mailed a letter to the governor, and I would be willing to share that with you. I'll provide a link to share your opinion with the governor online in the body of this post, and then also the physical address if you want to write an actual letter. So the fun stuff, looking forward to 2022. One, in being a thought partner with Chris Mercier, fellow council member, we're hoping to do a few coffee chat podcasts with council members, elders, community members, and just see where that takes us. I'll attach a link to the podcast that he recently did on my first 90 days on tribal council. It was really fun. You know, very informative, just a way to connect with the community and people and be in relationship. He also did a very informative community conversation video a couple of weeks ago, When the Lights Go Out. And I'll include a link to his YouTube page if you want to watch that video and other videos, and then make sure to subscribe to his channel for all of the newest videos and podcasts that he provides. Next, the men's transitional housing improvements, very exciting, that was recently approved by Tribal Council for a contract with Skolton Construction to install infrastructure to support up to 3 modular homes at the existing transition help to help male tribal members leaving prison or rehab to reassimilate into the community, which is very much needed, and that's very exciting to see that come to fruition next year. And also the Child Care Center redesign work and planning with the ARPA funding that we'll be doing next year. That is on the horizon, very exciting and very needed. And then our Elder Phase 3 housing, plus many more exciting projects to report on in the near future, and I'll provide updates on those projects in future videos. And then just 2 quick reminders before I close. Tribal Council is considering 4 amendments to the Public Safety Ordinance. 1, the ability for the tribe to license dogs. 2, parking violations for safety of the community. And 3, additional violations that will allow tribal police to impound or tow a vehicle. And then lastly, any other minor or technical changes. The open comment period is open through January 15th. Please send comments to the Tribal Attorney's Office at 503-879-4664. And then lastly, for reminders, in preparation of the tax season, the Finance Department is asking everyone who has moved in the last calendar year to please update your address. If you're a tribal member, contact Member Services at memberservices@grandron.org or call Janelle at 503-879-2166. Thank you to those tribal members who have continued to schedule phone calls and one-on-one meetings with me through my webpage. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget that I have open time slots. I enjoy connecting with you. I love having conversation. I got to have a great conversation with a tribal member the other day, really just talking about the challenges of this last year and looking forward to things in the next year. And I just really enjoy that. Masi for all of your support, encouragement, and services that you also provide to our tribe and to our people. We could not do this work without you. So Othki, have a safe and happy new year.